What's happening, tubes? So on today's exciting episode, we're going to change the oil in my pickup truck. I've already taken off the oil fill cap. This is the oil I'm using here. Now, the last time I didn't need so much oil, so I've got 4 quarts in here, 6 in here. This takes a total of 8 quarts. And I know what you're thinking, that's too much oil. Right. So I'll have 2 quarts left from here. And then the next time I go to change, I'll just go down to Costco and buy another box of this. This is 6 quarts for like, I think 40 bucks maybe. And I got the oil filter right here from O'Reilly Auto Parts. American made, but it's got all this crap all over it that, you know, yeah, whatever. I bet it ain't American made, but I tend to stick with OEM, or I'll just go with Wicks. I don't like Fram. I don't care if you do. I'm not putting it on my truck. I'm not gonna run Super Tech. I'm not saying it's bad oil. I'm just not gonna do it because I just don't. And with these GMs, you have to make sure that it says Dexose. I call it Dextose 1, or at least Dextose 2. Because that's what GM requires. And SuperTech does offer that, and a lot of people use it, but that's fine. I've been using Mobile One for years. There's no need to jack up the truck. I can slide up underneath it. Also, make sure that you go ahead and you warm up your truck. It doesn't have to be at temperature, because then it's going to be hot, but just let it run for about, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes, and you'll be all right. You want the oil to be nice and warm so it'll flow on out of there. Even though 0W20 is pretty much like water, I'd rather be safe than sorry. Okay, this thing here is called an air dam on these Silverados. There's a whole bunch of these bolts, like 12 in total. The socket in question is going to be a 9/32. That's what I found, that's what I'm using. Using a DeWalt, but it's not impact rated, bro. You're not using impact rated. I don't care. Just go away. I took it off, or I'm currently taking it off because, well, I don't think it's gonna do anything in terms of MPG or anything like that. We'll see. I'll test it out, and if I put it back on there, then I'll make a video update. But apparently people take it off because, well, 1, they think it looks stupid. 2, I mean, it's kind of hard to slide your fat butt up underneath the truck that has the ground clearance, but you didn't put a lift on it, and I'm not gonna do that. That's where that last bolt is, right there in the corner. You might have to do some wiggling, but it's out. So we'll see over the next couple of weeks if it's going to affect the fuel mileage. A lot of people have said in forums and on other YouTube videos that it doesn't, so I just thought it looked stupid. But it's supposedly to help with fuel mileage. You can take it off if you want, but I didn't feel like jacking up the truck just to change the freaking oil in it. Shouldn't have to. It's got like 12 bolts that hold it in, you know. Make sure you keep this off of your ground or anywhere like that so you don't get any nails in your tires, screws in this case. And there's the 12th bolt right there. So there you go. Looks way better in my opinion with it gone. Much more clearance just in case you need it. All right, so here's your oil pan. Here's your drain cock. Cock. Now you see how easy this was to turn off? There's a reason behind that. You know why that is? Because I only do hand tight. Oh, you're gonna make a mess all over your hand? Quit being a bitch. Oh, but it's oil. No shit. Being a baby back bitch about everything. You'll cry too goddamn much. what they invented paper towels for. Let this drain. I'm gonna give you a tip. When you take off an oil filter off of a vehicle, make sure that this O-ring comes with it. Make sure that O-ring is nice and on there. Take you a little bit of that oil and go around it. Doesn't have to be used oil. It can be, you know, new oil, and pour some over in here. Some people say you ain't got to do that. Well, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm about to do. So here's the oil. You see it's clean. Take a little bit of it and go around the seal here. Make sure you get it nice, good, and coated. Why? You saw how easy it was for me to take off the oil filter, the old one. I just spun it. You just get this hand tight. That's it. That's all you need to do is hand tight. And the reason why I like GM is because they still use old-fashioned canister filters. Yes, I understand this engine has displacement on demand, AFM, technically called dynamic fuel management now. I understand that. That's why I changed the oil at like 40 to 50%. No, I don't care if you think that it's wasting money. It's my money to waste. Now, isn't it? Yes, it is. So if you have a problem with it, I don't care. Buy your own truck, do what you want. But I have mechanics in my family that have been mechanics for well over 40 years, and I think they would know more than you. All right, you see that the filter is primed. I don't like to put any more stress on the oil pump itself. I just don't. I'm sorry, but this is the way I've been taught ever since I was a teenager. Even when I was a little boy, my uncle would always say, never put a dry filter on the vehicle. I don't care how advanced that engines become. Don't do it. So that's why I do this. And I get kind of upset when people tell me, oh, you don't need to do that. Yeah, my uncle's been working on cars for the last 45 years. I think he knows more than most people. Anyway, I'm going to slap this back on here. And, you know, you're not going to see the rest of that. You don't need to over-tighten your oil filters. You just don't. Even your canisters. I've had some canisters on Toyotas that I literally had to break to get them out. And I had to replace the whole damn unit because some jive-ass turkey decided to over-tighten it. You don't need to do that. Replace the seals on the canister. Be done with it. On these, you just need to make sure that there's enough lubricant on top right here so it's easy to come off, and make sure that this seal right here, this little gasket, does not stay on the engine when you take off this filter, because if you double gasket it, you're in for a world of trouble because you're going to have oil spewing everywhere. Okay, that's done. Let's go ahead and add the oil to it. I know I didn't show you guys the filter, but just get it hand tight. It's kind of tight up underneath there, and I got my fat butt up underneath there. All right, I've already checked the oil level. She's good. 8 US quarts. I have 2 left. So that means that the next time I get oil, I'll just go down to Costco and I'll probably buy 2 of these 6-quart boxes. So that'd be 12 quarts for 80 bucks. I mean, plus a filter for another $15. I mean, if I went to the dealer, it cost me about $130. That's what they told me. So I'm like, no, I'd rather just do it myself. I know somebody's gonna say you need to clean your engine bay. No, thank you. Notice how I had all that oil on my hands? Dawn dishwashing detergent works great. If it's safe enough for those ducks and the rest of those animals, it's safe enough for me. So here's the old oil. Now what would I do with this? I will take it down to the proper disposal facility and dispose of it properly. Please always do that. This is the color of the oil at about 50%. It's not bad. That was the filter I had on it. Now you see that gasket? I popped it up so that you'll be able to see it. You won't see it very well with the oil all over it. But if this, once again, is stuck on the engine, when you put the new filter on there, oil is just gonna spew out all over the place. So be mindful of that. Always double check and triple check your work. Oil is cheap, engines are not. And there she goes. She's happy. Everything looks good. I'll check the oil again in a few minutes. Let it settle back down to the crankcase once I turn the engine off. Slide back up underneath there, clean anything up I need to clean with some paper towels. And should be good to go for another, I don't know, 3,000 miles. I know this full synthetic, but I'm sorry, but with AFM, DOD, DFM, I change my oil religiously. I'm sorry, but that's just what I do. It might be a waste of money to some of you people, but hey, it's reassurance for me. And I hope each and every one of you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We're close enough to it that I can just go ahead and say that. It is currently December 21st, Saturday, 1:33 p.m. Central Standard Time. Anyway, this probably my only video of me doing this. Go ahead and recheck the oil. It's at that mark right there at the tip, at the top. It's full. Well, it's good to go. Y'all have a great day. And stay safe out there. Thanks for watching. If you didn't like the video, I don't care.